All right, we're back with another video. So once again, way too cold outside, so we're just in my office. But last time we talked a little bit about the fine-tuning argument, and I mentioned that I would be getting into the reasons that I am not the most convinced or moved by it. So I'm going to try to get through this as succinctly as I can without getting too into the weeds about it. But the first main reason is kind of a combination of Murphy's Law and the general theory of the multiverse. So Murphy's Law, it states that anything that can happen will happen, and the theory of the multiverse is the theory that there are an infinite amount of universes and we're just part of one of them. So I don't know if the answer is necessarily that the universe in an infinite timeline and an infinite amount of incarnations, at some point, the fact that there is going to be a version of the universe that lands in this Goldilocks zone, it has a 100% chance of happening on a long enough time scale. Because you can have these incarnations of the universe where the constants weren't within that Goldilocks zone, and those universes just look differently. They don't have the conditions that permit life. But then, dovetailing with that also, you have the fact that, yes, we are here and able to look at how amazing it is, the fact that, like, we are in this very specific zone and set of circumstances. But if those circumstances didn't arise, then there wouldn't be the thinking beings that we are to look at it and say, oh, wow, isn't it so amazing that we landed in this specific set of circumstances. Like, we can only have this thought about the Goldilocks zone because we did happen to have these circumstances. So I think that it's kind of this weird, it's a bit circular, but my solution to it is just that, well, on an infinite timetable and in an infinite scale, the chances of it happening are 100%. So that's kind of that. And then also a side thing, which I won't get into too much here, but it kind of puts these weird restrictions on God if you're going to say that the universe can only be created within this very specific set of constants, because then God is either handicapped by these constant physical laws of the universe, or he's not, which is then a challenge to his power and what God can and cannot do. And so it gets kind of complicated a little bit there. But yeah, those are kind of just the general broad strokes of why I think the fine-tuning argument, while super interesting that we do live in this Goldilocks zone of specific physical constants and things like that, is not the most compelling argument to me for the existence of God. But yeah, that's it for me for today. I will see you in the next one.